Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're looking at an IELTS speaking Part 3 topic, the role and impact of science in society. You're about to watch a full mock Part 3 interview between Jessica and Joseph. As you watch, don't worry about memorizing Joseph's exact words. Instead, focus on how he answers each question and how he uses clear, real-world examples to support his ideas. Let's get started.
Why do you think science is important in modern society?
Science is vital in modern society because it directly affects how people live, work, and stay healthy. For example, advances in medical science have made it possible to treat diseases like cancer and heart conditions more effectively than in the past. Science also supports everyday technologies such as smartphones, GPS, and online banking, which people rely on daily. In addition, scientific research helps governments make informed decisions about public health and the environment. Without science, modern life would be far less efficient and secure.
How does scientific research improve people's quality of life?
Scientific research improves quality of life by solving practical problems and making life safer and more comfortable. For instance, medical research has led to vaccines and antibiotics that prevent deadly diseases. In daily life, research in engineering has produced household appliances that reduce physical effort and save time. Scientific studies also help improve food safety and water quality. As a result, people can live longer, healthier, and more convenient lives.
Do you think schools should place more emphasis on science education? Why or why not?
Yes, I believe schools should emphasize science education because it teaches students how to think, not just what to remember. For example, in science classes, students often conduct experiments where they test ideas instead of memorizing information. This encourages them to question claims, analyze evidence, and draw logical conclusions. These skills are useful beyond the classroom, such as evaluating health advice or the news on social media. However, science should be taught through practical activities rather than purely theoretical lessons.
Why do some people find science difficult to understand?
Many people find science difficult because it involves abstract concepts and technical language. For example, topics like physics, formulas, or chemical reactions can be confusing if students lack a strong foundation. Another reason is that science is sometimes taught through lectures instead of experiments. When learners do not see real-life applications such as how electricity powers their homes, science can feel irrelevant and intimidating.
Should governments spend more money on scientific research than on other areas?
Governments should invest significantly in scientific research because it leads to long-term benefits. For example, funding medical research can result in new treatments that reduce healthcare costs in the future. Investment in renewable energy research can also help countries reduce pollution and energy dependence. However, governments should balance this spending with essential sectors like education and social services. A balanced approach ensures sustainable development.
Are there any negative effects of rapid scientific development?
Yes, rapid scientific development can cause problems if it is not carefully managed. For instance, automation and artificial intelligence have replaced certain jobs in factories and offices. There are also ethical concerns such as the misuse of genetic engineering or personal data. Additionally, industrial scientific activities can damage the environment if regulations are weak. Therefore, scientific progress should be accompanied by strong ethical and legal controls.
Do you think science can help solve global problems such as climate change or disease?
Yes, I strongly believe science plays a central role in solving our global problems because it provides practical, evidence-based solutions. For example, Climate science helps identify the causes of global warming and supports the development of renewable energy technologies such as solar and wind power. In the case of disease, scientific research enables the development of vaccines and treatments that can prevent large-scale outbreaks. Scientists in different countries can share data and research findings, which allows these solutions to be developed more quickly and effectively. Without scientific research, it would be extremely difficult to understand or manage problems of this scale.
How do you think science will influence people's lives in the future?
In the future, science is likely to transform daily life even further. For example, advances in artificial intelligence may automate routine tasks and improve productivity at work. Medical science could allow earlier diagnosis and personalized treatments based on genetic data. Renewable energy technologies may also make cities cleaner and more sustainable. Overall, science will continue to shape how people live, work, and stay healthy.
That was a complete set of part 3 responses from Joseph. Now let's go through each question and look at how he answers it and how he develops his ideas. Question 1. Why is science important in modern society? In his answer, Joseph explains the importance of science by linking it to everyday life. He begins with healthcare, describing how medical science improves treatment for serious diseases. He then moves to daily technology, such as smartphones and online banking, to show how science supports routine activities. Finally, he connects science to government decisions related to health and the environment, which broadens the answer to society as a whole. Question 2. How does scientific research improve quality of life? Here, Joseph focuses on practical outcomes. He explains that medical research leads to vaccines and antibiotics that protect people from serious diseases. He then adds examples from daily life, such as household appliances that save time and effort. By also mentioning food and water safety, he shows how research improves living conditions in several areas of life. Question 3. Should schools emphasize science education? In this response, Joseph explains why science education is important beyond exams. He describes how experiments allow students to test ideas and analyze evidence. He then links these skills to real-life situations, such as evaluating health information or online news. He ends by emphasizing practical teaching, which keeps the answer focused on how science education works in schools. Question 4. Why do people find science difficult? Joseph identifies several reasons why science can be challenging. He mentions abstract ideas and technical language, which can confuse learners without a strong foundation. He also explains that lecture-based teaching can make the subject harder to grasp. By adding the lack of real-life examples, he shows why science may feel irrelevant or intimidating to some people. Question 5. Should governments spend more on science? In this answer, Joseph supports government investment in scientific research by focusing on long-term benefits. He uses medical research and renewable energy as concrete examples. He then acknowledges the need to fund other public sectors and concludes with the idea of sustainable development, which brings balance to the response. Question 6. Are there negative effects of rapid science? Joseph explains that rapid scientific development can create problems if it is poorly managed. He discusses job losses caused by automation and ethical concerns related to genetics and data use. He also mentions environmental damage from industrial activity. He ends by highlighting the need for ethical and legal controls. Question 7. Can science solve global problems? Here, Joseph focuses on how science provides solutions to global problems. He explains climate change through scientific research and renewable energy technologies. He then discusses disease prevention through vaccines and treatments. By mentioning data sharing between scientists, he shows how research can progress more quickly and effectively. And finally, how will science influence the future? In this answer, Joseph talks about realistic future developments. He mentions artificial intelligence, improving productivity, medical advances leading to earlier diagnosis and personalized treatment, and renewable energy creating cleaner cities. These examples explain how science is likely to influence everyday life in the future. That brings us to the end of today's lesson on IELTS Speaking Part 3, and the topic, the role and impact of science in society. I hope this video helped you understand how strong Part 3 answers are built around clear ideas and relevant examples that directly address the question. If you found this lesson useful, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment to let me know which Part 3 topic you'd like to see next. Thanks for watching. Keep practicing and speak with confidence.